3, this is 4, and 5. Skip the next one, single crochet in the next stitch over. Skip one, move to the next, put 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip one, move to the next, single crochet. Skip one, move to the next and put 5 double crochets in the same stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Skip one, move to the next, single crochet. Skip one, move to the next, 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Skip one, move to the next, single crochet. Skip one, move to the next, and put 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Skip one, and right here where we began our chain 1, we're going to single crochet right into that stitch. Actually, slip stitch, not single crochet, sorry about that. Slip stitch to join, and we are going to fasten off. Pull the yarn right through the loop and pull tight. Now we're going to take our needle and sew in our loose end. Now any other loose ends, you want to sew them in, like the bottom here, there's a loose end inside. And our bag is pretty much almost done. What we're going to do now is right here where we did our single crochet and did our half double crochets in the back loops and made that beautiful border line, we are going to do a shell stitch on that border line, just like we did on the top here. So we're just going to get our hook, get the yarn, make a loop, and you can put your hook anywhere on inside one of those stitches of the front loops right here on that border line. You're going to attach it anywhere you like. Put it on your hook, pull it through, you're going to wrap your yarn over and pull through. And then pull snug on the back of that loose end so you know you're attached really good. And what we're going to do is skip one, move to the next one over, and put 5 double crochets. So we're skipping this one, we're moving along to the next one and putting 5 double crochets in those front loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip the next one over. and single crochet. Just like we did on the top, we're doing it right here on that border line. And as you can see, we got this little fringe. And when the thing is up, it's going to look just like so. So very beautiful. So let's continue that all the way around. Skip the next one, put 5 double crochets in the next. And I'm a bit loose here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip the next, single crochet in the next. Skip the next, 5 double crochets in the next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip the next, move to the next, and single crochet. Skip the next, 5 double crochets in the next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip the next, move to the next, single crochet. Skip the next, move to the next one over, and 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip the next one, move to the next over, and single crochet. Skip the next, move to the next one over, and 5 double crochets in the next stitch. Over. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to skip one, move to the next one over, and single crochet. Skip one, move to the next one over, 5 double crochets in the same stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Skip one, move to the next, single crochet. Skip one, move to the next one over, and put 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip one, move to the next, single crochet. Skip one, move to the next, and put 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip one, move to the next, single crochet. Skip one, move to the next, and 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. skip 1, move to the next single crochet, skip 1, move to the next 5 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip 1, move to the next single crochet, skip 1, move to the next 5 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip 1, move to the next single crochet, skip 1, move to the next 5 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip 1, move to the next single crochet, skip 1, move to the next 5 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip 1, move to the next single crochet, skip 1, move to the next and 5 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're at the end here. We're going to slip stitch on the part that we chained up 1. Slip stitch right in there. I'm going to fasten off. Pull the yarn through and pull tight. Sew on your loose ends. Okay, here's our cupcake bag. It's pretty much almost done. Now what we're going to do is do the drawstring that we're going to be putting in these loops between the shells right here. So do that. We're going to grab our yarn. You can either go with the brown or the other color. I'm going to go with my peach. I'm going to wrap it around my hook, make a slip knot, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to chain up 150 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 150. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip the first chain off from the hook, move to the second one, and single crochet. To do that, I'm putting my hook right through, or wrap the yarn over my hook. I'm going to pull that yarn through. I have 2 on my hook, wrap the yarn over, and pull through both. I'm going to continue that all the way down by putting single crochet in each chain all the way to the end of this chain. Okay, so that was my last one. I'm going to fasten off here. I'm going to pull this through, pull tight. Now I'm going to take the two ends together and I'm going to tie them together. Double knot. And then I'm going to take my needle and sew in those ends. Instead of cutting them off, I'm going to sew them in. That way it gives it a nice look. Instead of having these ragged ends at the end of your project, they'll be sewed in. So I'm just going to go right into the stitches here and sew this in. And then cut off the rest of the excess. And I'm going to do that to the other end too. And cut the rest of it off. So here's our cute little strap that we need. And what we're going to do is right in between here, you might want to use your crochet hook, it makes it much easier. Right in between the shells, there's like a little hole right there. That's where we're going to feed this through. You can use your fingers or you can use a crochet hook and feed it through. And you're going to go in one side, take the other end, okay, go to the other side and feed it through the back. We're going in, out, in, out, all the way around. So now I'm going to go inside the next one. And then go through the other one, through the outside. Back, forth. As you can see here, here's our straps. The other one's coming in. It's just like kind of sewing, but we're going in and out from each side. Okay, and my last one right here. And then you're going to just pull on it on both sides, even it out. The ends here, just even it out. And what you do is just pull on it, and we're going to tie it together into a little bow. And that is going to be your little strap and everything like that. You can do it this way, or what you can do is you can always do it this way, where we take these two ends together, and what you're going to do is you're going to sew those two ends together, which I'll probably do so you can actually see. I'm just going to get a strand of yarn. And I'm going to take my needle here, thread it. Do that again. Got kind of knotted in there. Okay. And we'll take the two ends together on the very tip here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and forth and sew these ends together. And these are the two ends. And you're just sewing them together. You want to make sure it's nice and firm. So I'm going back and forth. I'm going to fasten off here and tie the two ends together, and then I'll sew those ends together as well, so they'll be hidden. But at this point I'm just going to cut it, but you can always sew them in and it'll lose that look. But I'm just going to cut them off so I can do this video really quick. And what you do, instead of pulling at two ends, you open up your bag, grab the middle sides right here, any side pretty much. Make sure it's even pretty much on each side right here. And you're just going to pull on the straps, and as I'm going to pull this back, we got two little handles, and that makes the little handles on the bag, as you can see here. So you can do it that way, or you can just tie it in a little bow. So now we're complete with the bag. Now to add the base. You would like to add a base, because if you do add anything to this bag, what would happen is that, like, I have a small ball of yarn here, and if I put it inside the bag and show you what it looks like without the base, our bag will literally come out from the bottom here like this. So what I do is I add that cardboard. It keeps it nice and straight from the bottom here, just like so. And that is what I want. So when the girls carrying their bags, this base right here, you can even leave it just the way it is, but I like to add some fabric to it so it gives a beautiful look, and add it to the bottom here. So this is what I'm going to show you right now. Your base, your circle should be the same as your base right here. Cut it, make sure it's exactly the same size as your base of the bag. Then you're going to get your fabric. Okay, so I have my fabric all lined up and cut out. And the length of it is by 19 by 13. So the length is 19 by 13. And what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to be folding this in half and lining it up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew from this end, this is the folded part, from this end to this end, and turn it around, and this side to this side, and this is the other folded part. So the two ends on the side, from here and here, I'm going to be sewing straight down and leaving this open. So I'm going to do that off the camera with my machine here, and I'll come back with the finish, with mine finish. Now both of my ends are sewed, and I have this opening here, as you can see. And what this is pretty much is like a pillowcase. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our cupcake bag here, and we're going to open it up from the inside. And we're going to put this inside here, just like so. And then we're going to open up that pillowcase, pretty much. That's why I call it a pillowcase, because it's almost like a pillowcase. But we're going to open up the fabric inside. And what you're going to do now is you're going to take some needle and thread, which I have mine here already sewn up, and right underneath the shell, here's your chain that you did. You're going to see a line here. See that? Your stitches right in there? not the second one, but the first one. You want to take this, fold it just a little bit, and what you're going to do is put it right on that line and sew it in. So I go right into the fabric, and then I go right into that stitch and sew in this all the way around. So I'm using crocheting thread to thread this because it's thicker, it holds more of a stitch than regular just sewing thread. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just going to go along my stitches here and sew in this fabric all the way around. So I'll come back with mine done, and I'm just going all the way around it, folding it, making sure it's folded just a tad bit, and just going into those stitches right there. Now if you have an easier way of doing this, be my guest. This is the way I do mine, and if you do have an easier way, please show us. Show us. Either on YouTube, or you can just go to my Facebook group and tell me your little secret. Anything to make my job easier, I love. So, I'm just going to go around, and I will come back with mine finished. Okay, so I already sewed the inside of this, as you can see here. That is done. Now for the other part. This base part, where we're going to put inside. I already cut mine out, and it's supposed to be the same as the bottom here, the same size as that. So I already cut my cardboard out. We're going to get that glue gun getting hot now. And I'm going to go with the second color of fabric here. Now, when you're putting the other color of fabric here, what you're going to do is you're going to basically lay the fabric down. And put that right on top. What I like to do is I like to fold it right over it, making sure I get all of it. I'm going to turn this around so I can actually see where it's ending at. And I want it a little bit off, about an inch, pretty much your finger, right about there. And I'm going to cut the rest of this off here. So, I'm going to tell you the length of it right now. This is some silk yarn that I got left over here. It's a great way of using your leftover yarn here. And what you're basically going to do now is you're going to take that yarn. What I like to do is even this out. And I'm going to cut about an inch away from the cardboard itself. I'm going to keep it folded, but I'm going to cut about an inch away from the whole thing. So I'm going to take my scissors and just go around the whole thing in a circle about an inch away from the cardboard itself. Okay, so I'm going to remove that leftover yarn there. And what I'm going to do now is take this fabric that I've already cut. I've cut 2 circles off. Cut that off. Okay. Now I have 2 circles about an inch away from the cardboard itself. And I'm just going to go along, put glue along the side, and tuck the one side over. So I'm going to take my glue gun now. And I'll apply a little bit of glue here. And I'm just going to take the fabric and glue it down. And I'm just going to go all the way around this part here. I'm going to keep going around. And move the other piece because we're not going to use that right now. Add some more glue. And cut that side a little bit too short, but it's fine. I'm just trying to hurry up and show you exactly how to do this. And I can go over with the other piece of fabric. So if you make that same mistake, there's always a way of fixing it. And then the last bit down. Okay, so now we got the fabric on there. You can leave it like this if you want, but what I like to do is I like to double it up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the other fabric right over it, and at the edging I'm going to fold it just a tad bit, glue a little bit of glue here on the other piece of the cardboard. Then I'm going to fold this just a little bit and place it right on top of there and go around doing that same thing. And what I did is make a little crease in there. See that? I see. You're just going to see a little line, but it's better than seeing a cardboard underneath. So I'm going to go along and do the whole side of this. So I already gone ahead and done a little bit more. I'm almost at the end here. And what I'm doing is I'm just basically putting a little bit of glue on the fabric on the other side and just tucking, folding the other fabric right over it. And it leaves this beautiful line all the way around. So it just looks like that. Very clean and very elegant look. And you don't have to sew it. Yay for that one, right? Put another glue stick in there. A little bit more glue here, fold it, and press down. Put a little bit of glue here, hold it there, press it down. And you want to make sure that you get all the fabric in there. You don't want to have these little ridges like playing around here. And this is like the part that I showed you that, you know, it shows a little bit. Not a problem. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull on that loose end and glue it down at the very, very end here. So I place glue right there, and I'm going to try folding it as much as possible. And I'm going to take the fabric and glue it right over there too. A little bit more trickier, but There's always a problem to solve. So there it is. Got it right where I want it. And I'm just going to glue it down. I'm not worrying about that excess glue because I'm going to cut the rest of it off. I just don't want the bottom part to be shown. So I'm going to tuck this last piece in and sew it up, glue it along. Now if you get like a little ridge here, not a problem. Add a little bit of glue at the edges and that's it. So. And there it is. And once you're done and it's nice and dried and everything, you don't want hot glue inside your thing. I just take it, bring my purse over here, a little handbag, put it right inside there, all the way on the bottom, and there it is, beautiful lined inside, and it gave it that base that you want for it to stay down and give you that beautiful look. Now you can decorate this, put some little sprinkles in there or something, or little flowers on the side, but here it is, beautiful hand crochet tutorial for our cupcake handbag. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please comment and subscribe below. Thank you.